Well, lads, we're doing a video about Inabber today. I just want to say before this, I don't watch Inabber's content, so I've got no opinion on him before making this. I haven't looked at anything before making this. This is quite vast, to be honest. So any opinion that I say during the video, kind of take it with a grain of salt until the end of the video, because the opinion could very much change depending on what is presented. But bear that in mind. And whatever I say at the end, I mean. Right? I'm not a backtracker. It's just I haven't seen anything yet. But we're gonna look at it all. So enjoy the video.
Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me.
Right. So on Twitter, this is Inabber's ex-girlfriend, as I can tell. Now, firstly, all I want to say is, I'm not gonna lie, Inabber, mate. Fucking YouTube's done you a good fucking favour there, mate. Not gonna lie, but apparently everyone's not on her side. So what I heard is her saying that that Inabber is just like Alex, and she's made a Google document as well. So so immediately you're gonna get a bit. Ooh. Let's read the document. So this is 84 pages, 31. Oh, these YouTubers. My relationship with Inabber. I want to start by saying this is information that I never wanted to disclose publicly, but I have been given no choice. I want to note that whilst there are many horrible situations that I have endured, the whole relationship wasn't awful. I had a lot of love for Fraser at one point. There are many moments that I hold dear, but they do not make up for the fact that there were also traumatic ones. In this doc, I will be sharing personal stories supported by dates, photographs, and screenshots from social media and text messages. Being that Fraser and I lived together, we were rarely apart. A lot of what happened did not transpire over text. A narrative has been spun that I have made all this up for attention, which isn't the case. Fraser attempted to disprove me by recognising that I did not text him about our issues, which is groundless, which is fair enough. I don't know what she's yapping about yet, but if he's saying that's not over text, if they live together, that's bullshit, right? You should talk in person, you know, anything online like that. Alice was extremely brave, and it made me feel like I should speak up too, after seeing Fraser go straight to the defence in his stories. He is not the saint he makes himself out to be. He is manipulative and a chronic liar. I have never met someone with such a Jekyll and Hyde personality like him. Regarding Fraser saying I backtracked upon what I said, I posted a reiteration version of my original post to confirm that he was included in me saying I don't think anyone ever knew the extent to which Alex was abusing Alice. I wanted to clear some of the confusion. I didn't backtrack. When mentioning about physical implications, I was talking about my hair loss, involuntary vomiting, I'm on looking at page 18, intense nausea, migraines and so on. I thought that was clear. Someone raised a point that made it seem he physically hurt me. I didn't want that to be what people believed. Although there was no abuse / mistreatment in other forms, although there was abuse / mistreatment in other forms, he never hit me, and I would never claim otherwise. Not a backtrack, a confirmation. Him giving screenshots of me in a time where I was really very clearly in an unstable place and mentally just further proved my point. Handpicking moments without context and using them as a scapegoat when there were tiny moments in our daily interactions in this person is something that I am not surprised he has done. I have a trauma bond to Fraser, one that I continue to struggle with and working on therapy. Him using my codependency to disprove my experience was frankly appalling. A big reason as to why I have never been so public about this is because he has a huge following and the power dynamic between us is crippling. And throughout the whole relationship, but nonetheless I'm staring my story. And they met on Boxing Day 2021, and they started dating January 2022, and then they moved in. Fucking hell! She moves quick! Oh, okay. He moves quick. He asked to move in a fucking week later. 2 weeks later. Fucking hell. But she didn't actually move in until July 2022. Okay. Kenji, the dog. I remember Kenji. The dog, right. Right, I think that's stated in the video, right? That's nothing really that bad. It's just a leg with plasters on, okay. Kenji was fully one of the biggest strains in our relationships being mendable. Kenji had a lot of issues with food aggression and fear-based aggression. When we went on holiday, Fraser's friend looked after Kenji and he bit him without being fed. Fraser told me that this had never happened before and was confused. He lied to me. Kenji had bitten other people before but hid it from me. That's not that deep. Right, what I'm looking at right now is a guy who's lied about his dog biting people. That's a guy who doesn't want his dog to get put down. Let's be honest. Probably shouldn't lie about that, but he don't want his dog to get put down. Let's keep reading. The first time he had bitten me was when I fed him for the first time. I had put the food in his bowl and placed it down, and Kenji had started eating, but Fraser was adamant that I needed to wrap the rest of the tin up and put it in the fridge, otherwise he would be aggressive. He told me to take his food away and do that. So I did. I put the bowl back on the counter and started wrapping the tin like he said. Kenji was just barking at first, and neither me or Fraser thought anything of it. Then he started attacking me and ripped my pyjama bottoms to shreds and got a few bites in on my leg. Fraser admitted he shouldn't have told me that to take the food away, but said that he'd never done anything like that before. Again, that's another, I don't think that was the problem there. Kenji also has a lot of noises he is scared of. He is also scared of people being in the kitchen with their backs turned to him. I was aware of this and was cleaning the kitchen one morning when I had gotten up really early. Kenji was in his crate and made no fuss about what I was doing, so when I was done I let him out of his crate. We had cuddles on the sofa and then I wanted to make a coffee. I made it with no issues. I went to sit with him, but then he started to attack me. He was chasing me and trying to bite me in the most savage way I'd ever seen. I was screaming for help from Fraser, but somehow he didn't hear me or Kenji's barking. I ended up putting a blanket straight and held it out in front of me so he couldn't bite me, and he was biting that instead. I climbed on the sofa still screaming for Fraser. Nothing. I changed my tactics and spoke to Kenji calmly, and after a while he calmed down. I tried to get up to leave the room, but when I moved he tried to attack me again. He had me stuck on top of the sofa and not being able to move. He guarded me. If I moved in any way, even to try and get more comfortable, he would go to attack me. I was messaging and calling Fraser in hopes that he would wake up to come help. 2 hours I was stuck on top of the sofa silently sobbing whilst he wanted to touch me before Fraser came in. I think that's just a dog. I think that's just a dog, right? I think from so far, yes, he should probably watch his dog a bit better, but I think she's chucking things, right? Now, there could be actual proper stuff here. There could be actual proper stuff and proper claims, and she's just doing this for whoever. But so far, it's just fucking nothing, right? And I don't know. Kenji had attacked me and Fraser a few times. Kenji even bit Fraser's face and hands once. We got a specialist trainer, made a routine, and made a lot of changes that seemed to benefit him and his behaviour. I was consistent, Fraser was not. He would stick at the training and routine for a week and then slack. It's just not. Then Kenji would be back at square one. Like, so he's just not a very good. But maybe you shouldn't have a dog. You know, maybe you shouldn't have such a rough dog. But he didn't abuse you, that's all I'm aware. When we moved flats in March 2023, Fraser abandoned his crate training and wanted him to sleep in the bed with us again. He was adamant that it was fine because Kenji was fine in this flat and had no issues with the kitchen or noises like he did before. As soon as Kenji showed improved behaviour, Fraser would throw all the training out the window no matter how many times this issue came back. One night, Fraser was having a tough time with some YouTube stuff and was angry. He was shouting from his office and it was impacting Kenji, so I asked him to stop. He apologised and said it was just his work stressing him out. He then went back to being frustrated and I asked him to shut his office door. He slammed it, the noise had Kenji on edge. He was climbing on top of me and pacing around the bed. I was just on my phone in the bed, and the next minute he started savagely barking and lunged for my face. I put my arms in front of me and he attacked my arm, frantic biting. It was terrifying. I got on top of him and pinned him down, and then Fraser came in from hearing my screaming. This is my last straw. Right. Oh, fuck! Oh, fuck! Yeah, the dog needs putting down, I think. I don't know. The dog's an issue, but that's not him, and that's not going on fucking YouTube. Right, let's get rid of that. Those are bad. This was the only time Fraser had accompanied me to the hospital after one of Kenji's attacks. He cried the whole time about how he was going to lose his dog and he didn't comfort me at all. I had to comfort him. He didn't sleep in our bed for 3 days, couldn't look at me or speak to me for days. I was dealing with fresh trauma and he ignored it. Right. again, maybe he is neglecting you a bit there. Maybe he shouldn't be doing that. But also, he's upset his dog's going to get put down. And maybe it's not the biggest thing in the world. Like, you are in pain. But I'm still waiting for the abuse, because we're now on page 4. These are big pages, and all banana silver screen. And all I've heard of the dog was maybe he shouldn't have been there. He made me call the vets to organise an appointment to get their advice as his aggression was too dangerous for us to live with now. Me, I had been attacked by his dog yet again, and he made me call the vets like it was my responsibility. We go to the appointment, and they suggest putting him down or sending him to a shelter for aggressive dogs. They give us time outside to talk about the options, and Fraser was adamant on keeping Kenji. I wasn't getting rid of his dog. At this point, Kenji had attacked multiple people, not just us. After I posted about the attack, I had the other people Kenji had bitten tell me about their experiences and how it impacted them. This dog's aggression was dangerous, and I had experienced it relentlessly for over a year. I told Fraser that he couldn't keep him for everyone's safety, and he needed to be rational. The vet had suggested putting him down, and they even said that they don't do it. She hadn't done it to her. They don't do this unless it's needed. Yet he refused and was going to keep him. Fraser had no regard for other people's safety. He never committed to training, and Kenji's attack continued to get more violent. I was done. I was tired of living with the constant fighting between us. I was done with the control Fraser had over my life. I was done living in the never-ending state of fear of the dog I shared a house with. I broke up with Fraser and travelled back to the flat. It's a dog. And he's probably not a great boyfriend for dealing with a raised old dog, but at the end of the day, it's a dog. I need to fix my mouth. I'll be right back. I'm actually so pissed off. I've just realised that the whole time I've been recording the Twitter window rather than the fucking Google document, so I'm gonna have to edit it in. Fucking idiot! I'm actually cunt. I hate myself. I want to Alex myself. I want to abuse myself. Fucking hell. That was fucking stupid. Right. He would send me photos of Kenji in a room the trainer said he shouldn't have access to as I laughed. To someone who was being terrorised by Kenji. More proof he would ignore the trainer's advice. Kenji wasn't allowed in the bedroom, and as he attacked me a few times when I would try to get into bed if he was already asleep on it. No, but he will be soon, okay? Also, you're a predator. What? I just think he's a shit boyfriend. I think he's shit humour, that's all I can see there. He showed me time and time again he was irresponsible with Kenji's training and would make empty promises. He said that the dog's mentally ill and sent her a TikTok. I find these messages ironic now. Not only did he make a joke about me being abused by his dog, something he did regularly, but it describes our situation very clearly. He love bombed me, and I fell for it because I was desperate to be loved. I really do understand how hard it must have been to be being told you need to put down your pet without they needing to go to a shelter. But Fraser made it all about himself. I had no support from him. His treats. The entire time we were in hospital for my dog bites, he was on his phone and treating. I was having to console him, and the reason we were in hospital was because his dog bites. I needed to get treated. We're in A&E now, but God, this hurts emotionally. Jenny, try not to have a panic attack in this hospital right now, lol. I don't see why. This isn't anything bad, but why are you treating that? You know, you should begging for attention. But anyway. The worst part was going back to see Kenji being happy. I don't know, the worst part for me was having to see my arm being slung about like a chew toy, having no emotional support of my boyfriend, and having to console him instead and being ignored for days. Fucking hell, 2-0 Portugal. The struggles and experiences I had from living with Kenji left me with PTSD. I still have nightmares and have fears of some dogs. Here we go. This is the big bit. This is the serious bit. Bernardo Silva. Sexual coercion. When Fraser took us on holiday at the start of our relationship, there were multiple times where he was pressuring me into having sex with him when I had said no. On this holiday, I came on my period and we had sex once and made him... thanks. I didn't like the fact that cleaners had to deal with such bloody sheets, so I said I didn't want to have sex on this holiday again. He kept pressuring me multiple times, even though I kept saying no. He didn't go too far, but this alone is not okay. Yep, I agree that. That's fucking stupid, mate. The one that I made that one that made me feel most uncomfortable was when Fraser paid for us to have the spa to ourselves again. This was COVID restrictions of the hotel in February 2023. What? There was COVID restrictions in 2023. What? I'm so confused. He had already stated he wanted to have sex in the spa. Bro, this guy can't... You know what, though? And if he's correct, I don't explain... I don't... That's out of order, right? But no wonder he wants to have sex, because he's fucking punching. That bloke is punching, mate. When we were there, we were intimate in that we were cuddly and kissing a lot. A bit handsy as well, but I said I didn't want to actually do anything as there were cameras everywhere, and he knew I said this. When our hour was up, I said we needed to go as they come and got you if you overstayed your time. Fraser then started constantly begging me to stay longer and rubbing my legs, saying how we should have more fun. I got out of the pool and he was sulking, saying that I was having a good time and that we should stay longer. Again, I repeated that our time was up and someone will come up, so we should just go. He stomped his feet and kept huffing, tutting and moaning. This went on for a while. Eventually we left. It was such an uncomfortable walk up to the room as he was in a really bad mood because I didn't want to have sex on the spa. We got into an argument about it when we got back to the hotel room and he left. Right, so that's like a cunty thing to do, right? These are some messages. Oh my fucking god, right. So let me zoom in so I can actually see them. Right, so are we cool? Swear we have the same mind. We're just cute. I want my sandwich. I want to get even drunker. Me too, that's why I'm waiting for this wine. Let's fuck in the spa on my way. Sent a picture of some scran. It looks fucking vile to me. This sandwich, I'm going to come. It's so nice. Okay, so that's actually not what I thought it was going to be. Mate, why do they put why are you calling mate? Mate, why do they put nuts and everything? I'll take them off. Sends a 9-minute voice note. Woo! Whenever you feel comfortable for me to be back, just say, but if you could make that sooner than later, that'd be nice, because it's fucking freezing, lol. Like, sooner this is worse than I thought it would be. Okay, so on FaceTime to Carmen, sorry. I never said for you to leave, so I really don't know why. I understand why you did. Just to give you space, it's a small room. I never asked for that. I said I was fine out there. I honestly needed time to myself too. I wanted to speak to you about something, but you don't want to, so I needed time. But even though I'm freezing currently. Multiple times on this holiday, he tried pressuring me into sex. And multiple times I kept saying no. This caused a lot of tension and we had a few nasty arguments about it. Thankfully, this was the only time he did this. So, he said it to... This is bad. However, she says this is the only time he did that on that holiday. And she stayed. So I don't think, you know, I think I'll keep my opinion till the end, because again, something could change it, right? Confinement. Fraser had or still has, I don't actually know, a lot of anxiety surrounding filming with other people around. He mentioned this to me, but not the severity. The first time he got angry about it was before we went on holiday. I was very tired and was napping on the sofa. He wanted me to walk to Canary Wharf to go pick up some bed sheets for his friend that would be looking after Kenji while we were away. I wasn't fully aware that this was because he wanted to film while I was gone, so he was going to do it after I had napped. He had texted me, but I hadn't seen that as I was asleep. He had gotten very stressed out and came into the living room and snapped at me if I was going to get the bed sheets or not. I said I was going to, I just wanted to have a nap for a little bit longer as I was tired. He then stormed out, slamming the living room door, slamming his office door, and started playing music extremely loud. When I say loud, it was vibrating, the floor's loud. I got scared and thought he needed space, so I decided to go get the seats. I didn't tell him that I had left, but I was scared to talk to him after that. So he just doesn't like recording in front of people. He's got anxiety. I need to record a video, and if I don't, I won't have anything to release next week. And John Lewis closes in less than an hour, meaning we'll have the bed sheets. I haven't even packed. The later this gets done, the less sleep I'm going to get. What size seats? What, you left? Yeah, what size seats, please? Why wouldn't you say king size, but I'm not going to have enough time now. Just seats or duvet covers as well. Seats, why would you not say? Because you slammed 2 doors and played loud music, so I took that as you wanted to be left alone. Slam 2 doors, what? And listen to music, come on. I was working out and listening to music because we're not going to the gym. And then played Rocket League. Right, so that's... Oh, fuck, no, not full screen. Fuck off. No, let me out of full screen! Oh, shit! Oh, lads! Technical difficulties here. Aye. So, anyway, about that. Fucking hell. Pressed the wrong button. Right. Even then he would try and gaslight me, telling me he hadn't done things that he did. Yeah, okay. After I'd moved in, he told me I couldn't be in the flat whilst he was filming, and for a bit, this is no problem. But I was also experiencing very heavy and long periods at the time due to my implant, and would get horrible cramps and headaches. I didn't like that I had to leave what was now our home whenever he would film, and as he was sometimes springing on me last minute, expecting me to leave. Sometimes I would go to the gym for a few hours, but other times I had to stay in the bedroom with the doors closed. He started off being understanding about this, but as time went on, the situation became horrible. When I first started having to stay in the room, he would let me know nicely if I needed to put headphones in or if I was distracting him. But then it became I wasn't allowed to make any noise at all. Then these also started off as 14-minute to an hour filmings, but then became much longer as he made longer content. I don't know what to say, because there's got to be more here. She's just talking about certain situations where he got annoyed at him. He got annoyed at her for being there when he was recording. I don't have any records, but there are screenshots of me mentioning it and photos acknowledging that he does get aggressive. Not in the same context, but he would also shout at me for interrupting him if he was gaming. As you can see, he does not deny it. Living with an influencer is not fun when you get locked in the bedroom for hours on end so they can film. This is how I look at you. This is how you look at me when you're gaming. You kept interrupting me during the boss battle. The world doesn't stop for boss battles, babe. Yeah, I can tell. On another note, I'm absolutely miserable at the moment. I want things to be different so bad, but it's just not going to happen. To top it all off, my eyes are okay, her eyes are okay. I thought she was... I wouldn't make a comment about girls posting themselves crying, but we'll see the cards off now. This is me talking about a relationship because the other one's about and how he and what he had said to me and being sat in the room for most of the time was getting me down. I'm like, I understand that, but just fucking break up with the guy. He's not abusing you, he's just probably sure he's so fucking high maintenance. Fucking hell. I just want... Yeah, see, that's just like, come on. Why? Why post that, bro? You're begging it. Wait. When Fraser and I got COVID in the first week of meeting each other, he suggested we isolate together. I was staying with my family and didn't want to risk them getting it due to them working with elderly people, so I agreed. In this week, we grew very close and considered ourselves officially seeing each other. In one conversation, we talked about our types. Well, that's just not a very good idea, is it? Fraser said that he didn't find fat people attractive and went on to say that he would probably break up with me if we got together and I gained too much weight. I didn't think he was being serious at the time, considering his weight loss and still being obese himself. But then I did actually come out. Pause. This guy has the nerve to talk about if you gain... Bro, you don't get a choice. Maybe he does because he's got a bit of... I don't know. Brother, you were punching! For a while this wasn't an issue, but when I got to a certain size, he stopped being affectionate with me. It started with me asking him for a cuddle and him looking a bit disgusted but still giving me one. Then it turned into only if I can play my DS. Only if I... So what? The geese is just like hugging her and like round the side he's just pulled out the fucking... Like... He's just like cuddling her. And he's pulled out the fucking DS on the side. He's just fucking, you know, he's Super Mario Brothers, you know? Fucking, what's it, Mario and Luigi bouncing some story while having a hug. Not bad. Oh, I've turned it on now, for fuck's sake. What's in this? Oh, lads, by the way, if you ever want to play a lot of DS games, while we're in the middle of this, get on at these, beautiful. That's creased me out, I'm sorry. In which would last a few minutes before he would stop just play his game. Eventually he would avoid my kisses and wouldn't even hold my hand when we were walking. Eventually I was begging him and crying for acknowledgement and some form of intimacy, begging in tears for a hug. He started making comments when I was eating, saying, "Sure you want to be eating that? Didn't you already eat today? And that doesn't look healthy, right?" You can, yes, him being a cunt. This is when I thought to myself, he didn't find me attractive anymore because of my size. It played on my mind constantly, and I even brought it up when I broke up with him. We were arguing, and I brought up the fact that we hadn't had sex in months. Like in his doc, he tried to say this was due to him feeling depressed and that his dad had a stroke and his meds. For him not wanting to have sex with me and pulling back from any kind of intimacy happened way before these things happened. I mentioned this along with how he told me he doesn't find fat people attractive when we first met, and he looked at me and told me that I wasn't wrong and he didn't find me attractive anymore because of my weight. Kidding, this guy, boy, he's a cocky guy though, he is a cocky guy. Oh, for fuck's sake. Where was it again? This is the only time he actually said it, and it stung. It's also why I asked him if I had really gained too much weight to be attractive. That wasn't out of nowhere. I was struggling with the thinking that nobody would ever find me attractive again. These comments were not being a breakup. The comment about there not being breakup sex was not me trying to pressure him into sex. I don't understand where that's come from. At the time, I was very insecure, as you can clearly see, and I was just spewing thoughts. Because of the comments over my eating habits and not thinking I was attracted to my weight, I started restricting my food. I was starving myself and restricting into something I am still struggling with because of the way he made me feel. I went from slightly overweight to now being underweight, struggling with my body and some restriction. But again, and I'm not going to comment on nothing because again, like, I'm very not in the age group and I'm very not single. But Inabber is a fucking geek, bruv. Like, come on. Like, I know I'm punching and he needs to sort. I don't call my girlfriend. Like, it's just one of them there. Alright, great. She's got her tits out. I mean, she's got her nipples covered, but she's got her. Alright. So we now know what the size of the tits are. So, you know, that's not going on YouTube. Yeah, it's just the weight, and it's not good at all. I've spoken about the implication of my ex's words to my friends a lot. On my private Instagram, I've also spoken a lot for months about my body issues that are tied up to my ex. Most days I think I'm still that chubby girl my ex thought was disgusting. Not being able to go to the gym right now kills because all I can think about is him telling me I need to go to the gym, or when I'm eating something, I hear his voice telling me, should you be eating that? Is that Fraser? Mental. So today, guys, so we've finished the rape chapter, and that is the chapter that she's on the right. If he's doing that, he's a twat, right? I told Fraser that I had depression very young into knowing him. It is not something I like to hide, as at the time it was a very big hindrance on my life. I've always been transparent with everyone I have dated about the way my depression can impact me, as I think it is important. At the start, Fraser was understanding and supportive. After I moved in, however, whenever I would struggle to stay in bed, he would come in and lecture me about how lazy I was. The fact that he wants to be with someone who is ambitious and apparently wasn't, because I also struggle with depression. My life was going nowhere and it was embarrassing. He would go on and on. He would berate me for my mental health struggles throughout our relationship. In March 2023, he came into the bedroom, told me that I either had to go to therapy or get back on medication, or he would break it up with me. I don't know about that. See, that's not a nice thing to say, and he should probably go his own way about it. But he's well within our right if he's not happy with how she is because of the depression. He shouldn't have to sit there and suffer it. He should probably be a bit nicer about it, but you know, at the end of the day, you should tiptoe a bit, but you know, stop, you know, live your life, man. And yeah, there was no love in the relationship. Sex and intimacy stopped months and months ago. His best friend was essentially bullying me, and he never said anything about it. It was one of our other friends who had called out the person's behaviour and told him to stop. Fraser didn't care, so actually Fraser made her feel like shit just because she didn't give a shit about her mental health. I don't know what that's about, her not having... Oh, she had hair loss. She started getting rashes over my body and face, and I was told these were due to stress. So she struggled. So she has got depression. She's not bullshitting it, and I didn't say she was bullshitting it. But I don't know. Being with him, it was like being trapped. I had tried to break up with him in March 2022, September 2022, October 2022, and November 2022. So there's four fucking months you've tried it, apparently. Every time it promises to change, right? Listen. When he promises to change in March, you can be like, okay. Like, I've been in a situation I did it with him. On September, realistically, you should say no, but with the context, it's been March, it's a good few months there, so it could have been like a little relapse thing, and you trust them again. When you do it the next fucking month, you don't do it again. You don't still stay, and stay another fucking time. That's on you, bruv. Paint a picture of how I was his family. He loved me, he didn't want to lose me, things never changed. After I had tried to commit suicide, I started to become a bit more stable and stopped begging him to get back together out of fear of what I was going to do with my life. For so long I was reliant on him, told that he was all I had. He threw it in my face every time when I would try and break up with him, that I had no family, it might be that he was all I had. For context, I was in foster care and have always had a rocky relationship with my family. We had cut contact with each other in April 2022 and didn't have contact again until December 2023. When I felt that alone, that scared to let go, I found it incredibly hard to not want to be back with him, regardless of how awful the relationship was, because it was drilled into me that I had nothing on my own. For Fraser to claim he didn't know about my mental crisis is a complete lie. Also, I didn't tell anyone I was going to attempt, but he was aware it happened after. Yeah, that sounds about right. So it's just a really bad relationship, but this is an argument they had. I'm not reading the arguments. Wait, what? There was a time in the flat when... There was a time in the flat when I was masturbating and he came into my room asking for something. I stopped what I was doing, asked for a moment to get decent, and then got him what he wanted. He then proceeded to come in my bedroom 2 more times after he walked in on me. When he would usually leave me alone after speaking once. I even brought it up over text whilst I was at work. I'm out right now, by the way. Okay, Kenji will be wondering as he was sleeping under the sofa when I left, but he's in the bed. I'll be able to have a wank without you walking in every 2 seconds. Laugh my face off. With my bedroom shut when you left. I think he wanted to join in properly. Again, you his bird. Like, I think he just wanted to lick it out or something. You know? That's all I'm saying. Probably not the most comfortable thing, but you're wanking in the flat with him. Right? Finances. When I first met Fraser, I had almost 12k in the bank and I left with nothing. I'm not even going to listen to the other. I'll find out why. I was dealing with what... He told me that he didn't want me to have a normal job because he wanted us to have the freedom to do whatever we wanted. He wanted us to go on holiday and do things whenever he wanted us to, without me having to book my time off. He said he was more happy to support me and just wanted me and him to be happy. Oh, so this is him. Okay, so it looks like he did let me do research for him and edit his podcast for income. He said he liked that I worked for him many times, as it was like we were like... It was like we were like Jack, mate, and his partner. Wait, Oh, yeah, Fiona. What in my head? I had Jackmate and Stevie White. I forgot. Yeah, his bird does. Jackmate's fiance does do like the stuff in the podcast. I listen to that podcast a lot. That should have come straight to my head. I listened to that for years. They wanted me to start streaming for us to make content together. Something I wasn't fully on board with at the start because I'd never done anything like it. And spoke about how I doubted it was a good idea as I wouldn't make any money from it or had the confidence. He said a good few times that I shouldn't worry about that as he will get me to be successful before making contact with him. He boasted about how he made other people's careers online just because of associating with him and him a lot. I never did start streaming as I didn't want to, so I stuck to working for him off screen. In an argument about money, he once had a go at me because I was being stupid for not doing what he suggested. And I would have been so lucky because I wouldn't have had to work for followers because I hadn't. It's got a bit of a point there though. Like, assuming I don't think it's a dicky thing to say, but you've all probably got a good few followers. So it just seems like he was a bit stupid about what he thought was realistic. It wasn't realistic, and now she's fucked up because she fell for it. It's just money stuff. I'm gonna be honest. I'm 17. I ain't got a clue what any of it means. I'm not even gonna talk on any of it. Right. Live, laugh, love. I'm at the edge. Right. So this is still money. I didn't shout. I got upset in that relationship. He would always make out I was lying about things that he did. So it just... So here we go. Right, I'm just going to cut everything out, but here we go. Fraser was obsessed with me from the moment we met. He couldn't be away from me for very long and didn't make me feel overwhelmed at 20 times, as you can see. I'm going to explain it now, right? This is Inabber, and this is you. He's punching, but of course he's being pictured cheating on side. I'm not saying you are cheating. I'm not saying you're a slag. I'm not saying you did cheat on him. I'm saying he thought you were. Because he knows that he is fucking punching, brother. Being away from me made him feel very anxious and I apparently made him feel calm. I liked him and wanted to be there for him as he was overwhelmingly sweet, but us being together all the time was intense and this came from him. Alright. He took me on expensive dates, took me on holiday after only being in a relationship for a few weeks, would constantly need to be with me. Painted out what a dream if we could have together, and then once he had me, I was trapped in a soulless relationship in which I was baffled, confined, shouted at, and constantly being attacked by his dog. And then the rest of the stuff, I'm gonna leave here to read, but I've read it now. I don't want to read it now because it's not the greatest thing to be reading now. But if we go back to Twitter, you can see a lot of stuff on her profile. See, it's giving it a good, the big one, right? And it doesn't. Oh, Madureke's trending. Ooh, so there's a big argument there. Right, cataclysm, what's of it? Can I just remind people? Okay, that's just. So it coming out at this point, it does just look a bit, attention-y, but apparently Inabber spoke about it, so I want to see if there's an Inabber reply. Oh, I was going to check her, didn't I? Inabber 69. It just doesn't look like there is, it just doesn't look like he has, but he did a rebuttal apparently. That's all I can get. Now, if there's more, then there's more. But from what I can tell, that is it. There's no actual... There's nothing else. Right. Just look, he dropped an 80-page document. I can't find this document. There we go, here we go. Inabber's got an 80-page document. I'm gonna end this bit of recording and come back so it doesn't fuck up, but here we go, Inabber's rebuttal. Responding to Kirsty's horrific lies. Well, I'm not going through all 80 pages. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Kirsty has posted another thread of information about me, which is horrific manipulations of the truth designed to ruin my life. Today I'm going to be responding to every single thing that she has said in the document and disproving all of it. I generally am so disgusted by some of the things she said. I generally just want this to be over. Right. Fucking hell. Sexual coercion. I'm not even going to bother about the rape stuff, to be honest, and the money stuff, because I already just dropped that. We talked about the big sexual coercion. Now, I believe I have been accused of this mainly because of the fact I showed a screenshot in my previous response showing evidence of Kirsty trying to coerce me into sex. There we go. So that... I don't know. I thought that's a bit silly from her. That's just... a bit like breakup sex is a weird thing to be asking for. Now, I mentioned in my previous document how horrifically uncomfortable this made me, and I find this argument from Kirsty quite unsettling considering how a large reason our relationship deteriorated was to the fact I did not have sex with her for a few large periods of time, especially towards the end, and due to the fact I was going through extremely depressive periods in my life. Multiple times. There's these screenshots. So you're not hiding nothing. Now, in the screenshot, she is suggesting because I said let's fuck in the sauna. After which we went to a sauna and chilled there for around an hour and had an argument because I wanted to stay in the sauna longer than I allocated time in the sauna, and it led to an argument because Kirsty did not want to do that. We kissed lots in the sauna, but we did not have sex in there, that's what she said. I'm not dumb. I know there was cameras in that sauna and would not try to have sex with her in there, despite making jokes about it. Me and her regularly made jokes about having sex in public spaces, but we never actually did. The reason I didn't want to leave is because we had paid a large chunk of money and had received an entire swimming pool and spa area to ourselves for an hour, and I wanted to stay there longer. A big argue point in my relationship with Kirsty was about being on time to things and leaving things on time. It sounds weird, but it was something we always disagree on, and this was one of those times. We did leave on the agreed time, but it led to an argument because of this, mainly due to the fact that we had been arguing quite a bit in this week, so there was some tension. But in terms of Kirsty's proof, is me saying let's fuck in the spa, which is just absolutely insane. We literally had an argument and I needed space, mainly because at this point we were having quite a lot of arguments. I'm saying the same thing as she was pressuring me here. What the fuck? I can't believe I was on top of you completely naked, begging you to fuck me, and you didn't. Whoa, this is the bit more without Alex. Oh my god. What part of this DM doesn't seem like her pressuring me into sex? This is one of the first in February 2022. Now I should just say I don't believe Kirsty was actually maliciously here. This is just this was playful relationship stuff in my opinion. But obviously I could spin this into anything. I have felt pressure from Kirsty with sex at times, particularly with the original documents screenshot about her speaking about breakup sex. But why I'm showing this is how easy it would be to manipulate screenshots like she's doing. I do believe that she is trying to do by using the spa situation here, just trying to spin her original screenshots from my original document, which shows her making me feel under pressure when asking about why we didn't have breakup sex, and using rape as a way to manipulate me into this. So she's bullshitting. That's what I'm getting here. And I was about to say it anyway before I found this document. It's she's bullshitting. There's kind of a man and you can fuck me at the top. It would have to be in another country as it might be a bit too cold in Britain. Duh. God, it is annoying that you're not here. How so? Bull, just don't date a YouTuber. Right. Alright, so So it's just, you know what? I don't need to read this. He says he's gonna disprove everything in the document. Maybe he doesn't. Again, I'll leave the documents in the fucking description. But he's about to disprove everything that I think's bullshit anyway. Right? So he's just proving my point. I didn't think the coercion was bullshit, to be honest, but that looks like it is. So he's just proved my point. Right? She's begging it. Right? Now, don't take that as gospel. Right? Because I'm not there. But in my opinion, she's begging it. Right? She's begging it like, and it was scary going to happen. You know, this, I can't remember, Alice is getting a lot of support and a lot of attention right now. Rightly so, because Alex is an absolute cunt. The thing is, she has evidence Alex is actually a cunt. And as much as I never really liked Inabber. I don't know why. I never really liked him, but he's not done anything. At the most, he's a bit of a bad boyfriend. And maybe he shouldn't have a dog. But he's not going to be. You're fine. You're not fine. Like, she clearly has some other issues in her life, and she's clearly been through a lot. But that's nothing to do with this. So yeah, lads, thanks for watching. However, I'll see you in the next one. It'll probably be something like this again. I'm loving the commentary content, lads. Alright, safe geezer.
I got lost tonight under the stars up in the sky. Directions hard to find under the stars up in the sky. I got lost tonight under the stars up in the sky.